Welcome everyone to the Cruise Corner YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 6 tips and tricks to save you money when booking your next cruise. There are many ways out there to save money that, to be honest, the cruise lines themselves don't talk about, but trust me, some of these can be lifesavers for your wallet. So subscribe for videos just like this and let's dive in. So tip number 1, book as early as possible or as late as possible. Now I know you may be thinking, what is this guy talking about? But what you will find is booking as early as possible. A lot of the times you're going to see much cheaper prices, but also booking late can save you a ton of money. Let's say you book your cruise a month or 2 in advance. This is where I have found the biggest discounts in price because that cruise line is trying to get some last minute cruisers on that ship. So I know this isn't possible for everyone, but if you can, try booking those cruise lines either a year plus in advance or within a month or 2. Trust me, you're going to find some sweet deals if you are paying attention. Tip number 2, try not to sail during the summer or during break when school is out. When school is out, cruise lines hike their prices in a big way, but if you can book during the months like September, October, November, January, February, March, April areas, you're going to find much cheaper prices for the same number of nights. Now I do want to say a lot of the time you will find the very cheap prices around September, and that is because that is basically peak hurricane season. So if you don't want to take that risk, maybe try avoiding the month of September, even though those prices may look super appealing. Personally, my favorite time to cruise is between November through March months. Now moving on to tip number 3, don't be afraid to book an interior cabin. Now some people are certainly going to disagree with me on this, but for me, the ocean view or balcony doesn't make that much of a difference to me, especially if I'm trying to save a few $100s. Booking an interior room does not mean you won't get that same cruise experience, and to be honest, I don't find myself spending a whole lot of time in my cabin anyway. I personally do not have a problem booking these interior rooms and saving a lot of money. Again, some people may find this as a bigger deal than others, but if you want to save a good amount of money, consider an interior room. And by the way, if you do end up regretting it, most of the time you can ask for room upgrades on the ship for a little extra cost anyway. Moving on to tip number 4. I understand this does not apply to everyone, but book close to home. If you have a port that is in driving distance from your home, please use this to your advantage. The truth is, folks, a lot of the money that you are spending on your cruise vacation is getting to and from that cruise ship. I'm talking about flights. Flight prices have gone through the roof lately and can especially be pricey if you're booking flights for multiple family members. And then of course you also have that hotel room on top of that. A lot of folks like to book a hotel room the night before their cruise day. Now I'm not saying here that you should not book a hotel room the night before your cruise. I do that almost always. The main thing here is, if you can, try to book a cruise that has a port that is within driving distance. If it is possible, you will save a ton of money. Now tip number 5, explore the drinking packages. Now this one is going to depend on how big of a drinker you are. So you're probably going to have to do a little bit of math here, but also a little bit of secret that not very many people know about is most cruise lines let you bring a bottle or 2 of wine on the boat with you. Now different cruise lines are going to have different restrictions on this in terms of the size of the bottle that you can bring on, but if you are someone who isn't a heavy drinker and you don't see yourself drinking 5 or more drinks per day, then maybe the drink package isn't for you. Maybe you could bring a bottle of wine and just pay for a few drinks here and there throughout your cruise. Now moving on to the last tip, tip number 6, watch for deals on the cruise websites. Cruise lines are very often putting deals on their website. For example, right now they are offering holiday deals. Now throughout the year, you're going to notice that a lot of the time it says that you are getting 30 to 40% off on your cruise, and maybe they sort of do that to make it seem like you're getting a better deal, but every once in a while a really good deal does pop up, and some of my favorite deals aren't necessarily what the cruise fare is. Sometimes these cruise lines are also offering some pretty nice benefits while you're on the ship. Sometimes they will offer you $50 to $200 in spending credit while you're on the ship, free room upgrades, reduced deposit amounts for each person, and more. So keep your eye out on these kinds of deals and benefits when booking your cruise, especially that onboard credit. If you've ever been on a cruise, you'll know that you can spend money very fast and a lot more than you think while you're on board. But that is going to be it for today's tips on saving money when booking your next cruise. Please subscribe for more cruise content just like this. Remember to always treat those crew members with respect, and I'll see you next time.